5 days ago, a migrant who was in a shelter, Embajada Migrante or shelter of Playas, who was living there a couple years ago. He was now working by himself and renting by himself in a space. He died and his family couldn't afford to be here nor to pay. So we were helping him. We have the funeral and the vigil in front of the wall, in front of the beach, in front of the shelter. We help 9 of the 28 shelters, 9 of the most needed shelters. We're gonna go first to our shelters in Embajada Migrante at Playas because there's no enough food. Other shelter is called Por Amor a Dios, for God's love. The Trump administration, he's not only shutting the door for asylum. This is an international agreement the United States had since 1952 with it's a worldwide international agreement for asylum. He's not only not respecting that, but he's also targeting attorneys who are helping the migrants, activists, such as James Cordero is a colleague, and also myself, and even religious leaders are being targeted. So it's really strange situations. That's the reason we are glad that you are here to see what is going on in Tijuana. I started in 2009 with Border Angels, but I have been helping since 2002. But in 2013, I was arrested on 5 occasions in Mexico, in Tijuana, because I was exposing the corruption of the police because they were targeting deportees for no reasons. In June, I was arrested with 3 other colleagues. We were taken to the Tijuana police station and they forced us to take all the clothes off. So we were sentenced for 10 hours. The last one was late October in 2013. I was beaten up by the Tijuana police in front of the police station. I told the judge that I was detained without reasons. He just stared at me and said, "You know what? I have heard about you. He called me, eres muy grillero." It's like saying you talk a lot. So he sent me for 36 hours to jail. They thought that I was giving money for migrants to encourage them to cross the border.
The first time that I was detained for interrogation, I was taking toys and stuffed animals to a migrant shelter for kids on Christmas Eve. And even after I told them what I was doing for kids, they still decided to send me into secondary inspection. And they had me sit for almost an hour and a half. No reasons, no answers. My first and foremost priority is the desert. The fence started being built in the mid-90s with the prevention through deterrence policy that the government created. People were being pushed from crossing around ports of entry to the desert. And it's inhospitable. The areas are so dangerous, it's not possible to carry enough food and water for yourself for the entire trek. And that's the reason why a lot of people die every single year. So we leave water, we leave food, we leave aid supplies because we don't want anybody to die out there. And I can show you areas just a 5-minute walk from here where you see items that migrants have left behind crossing. We have had a lot of harassment with Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection. Border Patrol would come out to us when we're out on water drops with groups. They would lie to my group, trying to scare them, trying to deter us from going out, describing something dangerous that we were going to encounter when that was not the case. They would make up lies about the terrain where we scout ahead of time so we know exactly where we're leading our groups. Scott Warren and the Cabeza 9, they were acting upon their faith. They do the same type of services that we do. They do it in such a greater number, and there is a greater need where they're at. Thousands upon thousands of people die all the time. And now that they released the evidence, the hard evidence, the proof, the videos, the documentation, they're being attacked. and you can't fault someone for wanting to leave supplies so people don't die.
Yeah, I'm promoter of free flow of people through the I'm not thinking about free flow of drugs or any other things. I care about people. There should be a humane immigration reform and policies and programs to help the migrants. I'm not against the government. You know, we are acting against immoral actions being taken by the government, no? And we are just providing humanitarian aid.
So it's our duty, our responsibility to educate people about what's really going on. That way, if they see it and they still don't want to act on it, that's something they can deal with in their personal life. That's a decision they have to make. But if you see something and you're affected, most people want to do something about it. And that's all that we can hope.